Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have another new artist alert for the channel. Yes, we're traveling all the way back to 1997 to listen to both Subterranea and Sleepless Incidental by the British progressive rock band IQ. Really excited for this one. Apparently, it's a concept album that tells a full story, very similar to The Lamb by Genesis, about a man, and his journey. It was suggested by a few of you, this band, and I checked out Sleepless Incidental one time, and another song, not on this album. Absolutely loved both, so I knew I had to add them to my channel ASAP. I've forgotten, what Sleepless Incidental sounds like, so we're going to react to it again. And of course, the song before it on the album, which is Subterranea, the title track of the album. And so just excited to hear them both together and also to discover more from IQ, especially this concept album. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button as well as the notification bell to join the Retro Reactions crew, where it's all amazing music all the time. All right, here we go.
Fragile refugee, higher rise, fire in the sky society. Can I hold on? Can I believe in all the things you are? There's no saving. Chaos reigns in Subterranea. Cadillac, heart attack, back of this beyond. Pusher king, TV queen, accommodating blonde. A tracer's gate, while you wait, gender reassigned. Surgeon carves, the matching halves, the blindfold meets the blind. Can I hold on? I cannot count them, all the things you are. Were I stronger, I'd hold out longer in Subterranea. Without the
I love that part right there. Big change, deep, mysterious, dark. I think we heard some cars going by. Wow. Big change from the first part, but I love both. I definitely noticed the really nice and really strong bass tones and bass lines throughout the song. It's really driving the song along, and I appreciate that. We got to talk about the lead singer, Peter Nichols. Very unique voice for sure. Easy to remember. One of those one-of-a-kind voices that, doesn't quite sound like anybody else. I also like his higher register. Really interesting. His vocal tone, adds a lot of mystery to these songs, it sounds like. And similar to how Geddy Lee does with, Rush. It's a unique voice. It fits the songs just right. I'm loving the great beat and groove in this one. I also love the great keyboard and guitar sounds, and they're set just right in the mix, to add impact but not be overpowering. I also got a really slight Duran Duran feel in parts of this song. I wonder if they were an inspiration to this band whatsoever or not, or if it's just my ears. But anyway, great song. That change up was a cool, unexpected shift right there at the end before I paused. Really excited for the journey of this album and where this song is about to take us. So let's go back a little and see.
Without the walls, comfort is freezing in my veins, and caught within chemical rain. My dreams have turned against me and fatally have fenced me in. Above me cold light and below me overall the time I've lost, how can I know? So I keep forgetting what I am half recalling. On a bed of fallen flowers, hold me now as I was held before. Powerhouse, sacred vows, trigger happy punk, driven by hidden eyes and figure hugging junk. Heaven knows if I'm close, am I unreleased? If I'm in hell, I may as well play famine to the feast. Can I hold on? Can I belong to all the things you are? There's no saying chaos reigns in Subterranea. Subterranea. Sightless, he watches the columns collide as he wanders the canyons relentlessly wide. Empires are burning, the rain cuts his skin, and in every direction the sound closes in. Time, only time have I, and already I falls in with the unwashed and unfed. He will sleep for the first time, no crib for a bed. In these extraordinary lanes, he is blind again, unaware still. In my illusion, one of this is real. Sleepless incidental. What I really need is how to now avoid the full stampede. And I'm not where I want to be now.
Wish I could hear the whole thing right now. I remember that ending there in that song. Very unexpected. They could have just ended it, but they add these interesting few notes here. I think there was 4 of them total. Probably going to lead on to the next song. A transitional musical element. Really interesting there. But the whole thing was amazing. I didn't even pause. I love that song. I love both songs, but I especially love that second song. What happens musically, the changes, the emotions, the intensity at the end. Wow, I was so into it. Beautiful. So let's go back to the second half of the first song, Subterranea. I love that slow section. Of course, we'll call it a bridge. Amazing. I love the chords in that section. I'm so big on chords. That's what always cuts right to my heart, to my soul, to my emotions. Just beautiful. And then we got some lovely strings in that section with what sounded like a muted guitar. That was really cool. And he also did softer vocals in that section, which fit perfectly. It was a great decision musically. It gave it more contrast from the first part of the song where he was, loud and, fast tempo and everything was up here. And then we get softer, quieter down here for this section. And then, it lasts a while, but we go right back up to the fast tempo. And then we get this amazing surprise, a saxophone. Really? Wow. That was the biggest surprise of this song for sure. Did not expect that. The sax was beautiful. The musical lines written for the sax, very emotional, very beautiful. I'm glad that it lasted a while. Then we get a most amazing, perfect transition between Subterranea and into Sleepless Incidental. That transition was heaven. I give it 1,000% score. And, wow, blew me away. Just that one little musical moment shows how special and talented this band is, in my opinion. Anyway, we move on. The guitar and the keyboard combo here was so dreamy, so light and airy. Wow, hard to describe, but when you hear it, you're just floating in those amazing sounds. Usually guitar is more heavy, but the way they were playing it, just so soft, so airy. And I loved that feeling, being in that pocket for so long. Very sad feeling in this one. I mean, I know the whole story is kind of sad. I'll kind of explain some of it to you later on. But wow, definitely a sad feeling, but it's still beautiful, I love when it's sad but beautiful sounding at the same time. Then, of course, we get a change. We get a lot of changes in this song. Everything ramped up. It became very progressive rock at that point. I adored the thick keyboard sounds, blanketing this section all over. Just amazing combination. You got the heavy guitar, drums and bass, and then these thick keyboards on top of everything, just kind of holding it together. I don't know, really special. The strong guitar melodies in this section, just amazing, so catchy. They completely had me in the palm of their hand with everything they were doing, really. Then we get an amazing organ solo. I love that everything dropped out and only the organ was there. Had a beautiful tone. It felt really solemn at that point. Then I think the organ stuck around, but on top of that, we got some amazing keyboard solos. Amazing chords in that section. I assume all that was done by Martin Orford. Hopefully I'm right there. That's what Wiki says, but I love that whole section, especially when the keyboard went real fast. It was playing a fast melody and it went from minor to major back and forth during that solo. Absolutely incredible. Caught me so deep. Wow. Everything was so epic at that point. I was totally lost, totally in heaven, loving all of it. Got feelings of urgency, struggle, and hope all together, and just absolutely incredible. Blew me away. Yeah, Sleepless Incidental, definitely caught me much more this time around since I'm hearing it for the second time. Maybe it's because I have my good headphones on. The other time I didn't, but absolutely special song. Really interesting that they did a film adaptation of this whole album in 2016, I believe. And after reading the full story, I'm really curious to watch it, so hopefully it's available somewhere. So yeah, I'll try to summarize the concept of the whole album really briefly for those who don't know. Basically, it's a main character, I guess someone not of this earth, a man who's held in captivity for a long time, maybe all of his life, and, taken care of, but just sheltered from the world. He's kind of an experiment, and eventually he's released by his captors, probably on purpose, unless possibly he escaped. He goes into the cruel world, our world, sees all the cruelty, the chaos. He becomes very uneasy. He meets a woman, she's killed, and meets other people, I believe, and other people like him who are captives. But all along, he's being followed by the captors. He ends up finding out, killing some of them. And anyway, everyone gets captured again, killed. There's a lot going on here. Eventually, our main character is the only one left, and he retreats into isolation. I don't know if he's captured again, but it's kind of a full circle journey, and really intense, really sad. Can't wait to hear the rest of the album, not only for the story, but for this amazing music. Anyway, let's talk about the lyrics to Subterranea. I interpret them as our subject is released from captivity, like I said, and thrown into our crazy world, our chaotic world. Everything is new and overwhelming to him. Fear sets in, and he longs to be back in his safe world of captivity, and that's ironic there. He questions whether he can adapt to this new world, which is called Subterranea. And wow, that alone is interesting, but obviously much more to the story. I try to tell you as much as I knew really quickly. I know I didn't do the best job, but you kind of know what's going on here now. And then the lyrics to Sleepless Incidental, follows this song. So upon release, our subject encounters some of the poor, wounded, desolate, and ridiculed people of this new world that he has been released into. He feels very uneasy at this point, as though he was in captivity as an experiment. All of his needs were being met before. Now he's alone in this cruel, chaotic world, and fearful, confused, not knowing if he can adapt, wondering what's going to happen. I mean, just imagine that, especially if he's not of our world. Even more intense there. And all the chaos that ensues makes for a really interesting story. So again, can't wait to hear the rest of this album at some point. Alright, so much to digest in those two songs. I'm tempted to go higher, but for now, I'm going to give both the Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, for Subterranea and Sleepless Incidental by the amazing IQ from 1997. Thank you so much, Peter Nichols, Mike Holmes, John Jowett, Martin Orford, and Paul Cook. I loved it. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about this amazing album, these two songs, or anything IQ. Would love to know your opinion or your favorites. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.